Good day, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Jerome from Bina Beam team. Today, I will present to you the 4D simulation on how to integrate the 3D beam models and same time the schedules. I'll ask everyone to record by your own this session by clicking the record button if you need. For this session, it's not only for sharing the slides on how the 4D process flow. At the same time, 75% of this presentation is step-by-step tutorial, actually, tutorial process to achieve the 4D simulation output. And before that, for the next slide, I will show to you on what would be our output in the last of our session. So first, we're gonna add our product of this a simulation. After this session, we're gonna achieve this type of simulation. This is the 4D actually, and aside from that one, we need to produce or export into video, because as what everyone knows that not all our stakeholders have its own a Navisworks program. So to make it compatible for any involved of the project, we need to export into the video file. Okay, so in the end of the session, we're gonna make this one output. The same time also, what is the process to achieve this kind of product in the end. So we can have this objective to our session and its sense to it. Okay, I'll hide. This is an Autodesk product of each dimension from the 2D, 3D, 4D, and 5D. From the 2D, we have a AutoCAD software, 3D for Revit, 4D and 5D in Navisworks Manage. Below are the file formats in each software of the representing of dimension. So as everyone, this is the file view formats actually, so that everyone could be easier to distinguish. In below the process as chart shown in the red route, the upper the upper side, the beam modelers will provide the 3D beam model and export to Navisworks file. So after that one, in the blue route, where the planners team will provide the schedule sheet, is either Primavera or MS Project format file. I made this icon as a Excel file because Primavera and MS Project have the same common for an Excel type format. So that's why, for easier to understand, I just make this icon as a schedule. So after that one, to proceed, we need to integrate the 3D beam model and schedule in Navisworks software to execute the 4D simulation. From this software, the Navis, after we integrate and link the task to 3D model, we can deliver or output the product into video format as what I shared to you recently for the compatibility views to each stakeholders of the project. I have a sample here. In this sharing session, we're just to create a basic sample of 4D schedules using a combination of the 3D BIM Revit and MS Project as a sample sheet. The first thing we have to do is to have the 3D BIM model. I have here a structure 3D. This is a previous project from Bina Initiatives, a high-rise office building actually. So we will export this Revit 3D to the Navisworks file. So we're going to do this 3D view. we need to export this file, this Revit file, and to Navisworks. So I have actually here an exported already just recently, so I will just override. So while this one exporting, the same time this was okay. While exporting, so this was created by Microsoft project, a very very simple project, schedule plan, straightforward. We get some information in this sheet, like below ground. We have also a basement, basement 1, basement 2, and ground floors. I make a color segregation. The exporting is now finished, so I'll just present to you this a simple schedule. I just make a colors just for me, for my personal references. I make a color in each level so that I make a segregation. But actually they have a common of each level, like this basement 2. They have a floor. It has a flooring, wall, column, frame for the structure. The same time also in the basement 1, flooring, wall, column, frame, and so on and so forth. The same as a ground floor, have flooring, wall, column. So this one is a straightforward. I make this one as a 15 days each task, so that we can have a sample. So after we have this 3D, and same time we exported already this one, we have also our simple schedule. I know it's quite a complex, the actual one, but I make just only a simple straightforward. This would just to make a workflow for sample for the 4D. So what we will do is that we will integrate this one into Navisworks file. So we have now a Navisworks. We will open a Navisworks. This one is our user interface in the Navisworks. What we will do is that we will open the one we exported just recently. Okay, I will open. So in the desktop, I save it here. So I will open. Alright, so this is the 3D as what we exported from the Revit file. So we are interested in timeliner. So what we will do is that we need to import also, or we need to link the Excel sheet that what we just shown now. So what we do, we go to this a ribbon, a timeliner. Then the pane will be looks like this. This where will be the Gantt chart. We have here a 4 tabs actually in task. This where the Gantt chart is going to appear. So looking at this, currently there is nothing here, and now actually we can make directly here and schedule, but it is not a what we call this one. It is not a practical, because we need, in the actual, we need a reference from the planner's schedule. So instead, manually we will add task here, but I suggest not to do this one, especially in during the operation of the construction. So we will just delete this one. What we will do is that we will link from the data source. We'll add from here. And as what we can see, if you add a schedule, we can have a CSV import, Microsoft softwares also, and Primavera. So most of it we can import this kind of format files. Okay, so now since we have a Microsoft project, I will select this Microsoft project here. Then we will select from the desktop sample project. This is a sample schedule that what we have. So we can see this field sector here. This column is coming from what we have in the Navisworks. These are the columns in the Navisworks. In the far right, this one is external field in where the sheets is going to input. So what we will do here is that we will put a ID, or we will assign. So for me, I need to like synchronization ID. This one is specific to the items or the task, so I will just put a unique ID. Then planning start, I will put here start. Planned end date, so I will put here finish. And the rest of that one will be not applicable for the meantime, because we are not tracking on it. So the actual start, actual date, so we will leave that one till later on. So we will just click OK. After we loaded already, it's not yet appear in the task. What we will do, the tricky part, is that we need to refresh the selected data source. So we need to refresh that one, rebuild the task hierarchy. Synchronize will be later after after we input these data or the sheets, and you have update for the new sheet or the date. Instead, you're gonna refresh, like rebuilding the task hierarchy. You will select the synchronize, because you have already the file inside the Navisworks. So first, we will put the rebuild task hierarchy. So after that one we loaded, we can see now the task. We have here the Gantt chart. This one is coming from this file. I will make open this one. So until level for the lift motor room, we can see here. The same time, left motor room also here. So technically the information already in the Navisworks. So now we have already the 3D model in. We have also the data in too. So what we will do now is to link two together. All right. So before we will proceed, do you need or any other questions or clarifications before we will proceed this? This quite is a little bit technical part. So I will just ask to everyone if any other clarification my previous slides before we will proceed. All right. So none so far, so I will proceed now. So what we will do is that this would be our steps, 5 major steps for the linking of the 3D and the schedule or the time. So first, step 1, we can see here, we're gonna select later on the items. The number 2, we're gonna select the main branch, the selection tree. The number 3, we're gonna select now the Gantt chart in where it was identified that this item is coming from this task. Then we will attach. Okay, so after we will attach, then that one is the step 4. Then we will hide the item. Later on, you will know why we need the hide to item. Is that because we will have to avoid the redundant of these what we call that redundant attachment of each level. So we need to hide the element after it was assigned. Okay, we will resume to the Navisworks. So step 1, we're gonna open the selection tree. This one is the selection tree. So step 1 now, we will select the element in the 3D. Okay, I will select one of the object because this is the one this is the one, the first here. We can see here the below ground outer pile wall. I will select one of it. Then I will select the main branch. Okay, that one is a step 2. Then this one, select the specific task for the selected item, step 3. Then after this step 3, we will attach the current selection. Now it is attached already. I will make this expand. We know that the selected item is attached because it is indicated here as explicit selection. Alright, so after this one selected, we will hide now so that it will not be selected again and be redundant. So that is why we need to hide the element after we will assign. Alright, so as we go on, I need a couple of minutes until we will reach the parking area, so that everyone will be practice or will be familiarized how would be the steps, the circulation of steps, how to link the 3D and to the schedule. So bear with me, guys. I need some 5 minutes along the way. Actually, I have already I prepared already a finished product, but for the sake as everyone as a technicals, we will make a step by step until to the parking level, like P2. Okay, parking level 2. So now after we will proceed now. Sure.
Okay, just now you selected the whole auto file wall, right?
Yes, correct.
If the program split the wall into 3 sections, how is it?
If the program into you mean to say here they split into the 3 sections?
Correct.
We need also the model. It should be divided into 3 sections. So there will be a coordination.
So each time you click one, you only selected one section,
Like this one, right? So it means to say
Yes.
if the schedule here it was divided into 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we do is that we have to select this one, hold the control key, then we will select and we will assign as what indicated in the program. So okay. Can we proceed, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now we will proceed now to the piles, because according to the schedule we have a below ground the pile. So what we do here is that we will select these piles. Then into the selection tree you will have to find the main branch. Now it was selected directly all. Then after that one we select the task and attach the current selection. So it is selected already. Number 2, before I forgot, this task it should be for construction. So in the task type we will give to them is for construction, to build. So we will put here construct. There are 3 options actually presently, as construct, demolish, or temporary, but these piles is for construction. The same time the previous also is for construction. Okay, before we forget that one. Then after we select and assign, we will hide again. So next step is we finished already this pile, the pile caps. So we will select. To multiple selection, you have to hold the control key, so that easy for you to track the main branch. Then again the rest. the main branch, select again. So now we selected all the pile caps. Then we will attach here in this timeliner. Attach the current selection, then construct. After we will put construction, then hide again. Alright? So next will be the flooring. So I will select this flooring to minimize this one, the main branch, okay, so that easy for us. So this one is the flooring from the basement 2. I will select the main branch for the floors. Select the item in the taskbar. Then after that one, we will attach, current selection, construct, then hide. Next will be the wall. So we'll select the wall. This one is for basement 2 walls. Okay. This one's the basement 2 wall. So select from the 3D item and find the main branch of the walls. Select in the timeliner and the task, then attach again, current selection, then construct, then hide again. The next will be the column for the basement 2. So select here the columns, so structural columns selected automatically because we selected the main branch. Then select in the taskbar column, then attach again, current selection, construct, then hide again. Then so on and so forth. Frame, we will make this one as faster. Structural frame like this. Frame, attachment, current selection, construct, then hide. We need to hide for the sake to avoid a redundant for the schedule, confusion in the future. So next will be the basement 1 flooring. So floors in the basement 1. Select the basement 1 or B1 flooring here. Attach, current selection, construct, then hide again. The next would be the wall. This one is the wall, basic wall of the building of the basement 1. Select in the task. This is the task in the timeliner. Attach, then construct, hide. So that is only the steps, the 5 steps. The next would be the column in the B1 again. I will select the B1 column. Structural columns here. Okay, column in the B1. Attach and construct. Hide. Next would be the frame. So frame in the basement 1. That one is a upper part of the frames of the basement 1, so below of the ground floor. So what we will do is that frame in the basement 1, attach, current selection, construct, hide. The next would be the ground floor flooring. So select the floors in the ground floor, select the main branch in the selection tree, click in the taskbar, then attach. Sorry, that one's for framing. Okay. Okay. Framing, finish. Then flooring, select flooring here. Then attach current selection, construct, then hide. So we are now in the ground floor. So ground floor walling. Select this one as a walls in the ground floor. After we select this one, select in this task in the timeliner, make it attach, put here in the task type as construct, then hide. Next will be the column. Select the column in the ground floor, structural column. Then after we select the structural column, select in the task in the timeliner, attach, then the task type for construction or construct, then hide again. So next would be the frame, structural frame. Then select the frame, attach, current selection. For construction, in the task type, then hide. This one will be from the generic models. Okay, so we will just select multiple that one later. So next will be the floors in the car P1. So P1 flooring, select, attach the current selection. For construction, then hide. Then here we will put this one, structural framing. Okay, so structural framing, we will assume this one as a ground floor frame. Okay, so what we will do is that we have already here a selected elements for this one. What we will do is that attach but append the current selection. It means to say you will put additional for the specific task. Okay, so after that one, then hide. This one is for, I think this one is for ground floor. So ground flooring, G floor, attach, append the current selection, then hide. So we will make this one the same. This one is a wall. So ground floor walls, attach, append the current selection, then hide. The next would be the walls in the P1. So select, attach the current selection. Task type will be for construction, then hide. Then for the structural columns, column here, attach again, so, attach current selection, construct the task type, then hide. Then the last one is a frame for the level parking level 1. We'll say framing, frame for the P1, attach current selection. For construction, then hide. So let's assume that I finished already the whole floors to linking for this Gantt chart from here. So we will something like we will unhide all now. We will resume to unhide all. So after that one, we will configure. After we will make a linking. So we will make a configuration here, like we need the appearance to be green so that in simulation would be easy to identify. So if you go to the simulation, we can see here the greener part. Okay, so we will go to the finish, actually to the finish one. Then after this linking, the 3D model and this schedule, what we will do now, that remember that we have here a data information as what we showed you in the video, like this. We have a progress per day, progress per week, progress per month. Then we have a material cost if our schedule is a cost loaded. We have a labor cost also. So we will need input for this. So what we will do here is that we will go to the settings. Then for a moment, I make this one each progress like interval size like 1% by percentage. Then playback duration, it means to say that if you run the simulation, how many seconds how many seconds it would be the duration of your simulation. So for me, I need a 2 minutes for the whole building, so I say like 2 minutes for 120 seconds. Okay, then to make this information from here, remember we have an information from the right side. What we will do now is that I will just make this one as a I will delete this one. We will make our new. Let's show the video first. The video have a red text, so that just for identification that these red are times or the schedule. So what we will do here for the extras, we will put colors. We will put red first here, then below again extras, new line here. So what we did in our video was like progress per day. So what we will do here in the bottom is that we will put a progress per day space, then we will select here by date. So date, something like date or day of month as decimal numbers like this one. So I select this as a sample. Then in our video we have a second level, like a progress per week. So what we will do here is that extras again, new line or control enter. So progress per week. We'll type here progress per week, then space, then we will go to time again, then we will find a week as decimal. Let's say this one, we will select this one, week of year. The next of our video is a progress per month. Okay, so what we will do here is space again, extras, new line. Let's say progress, we will type progress per month, space, then find the month, as decimal numbers plus full month name. So we have 2. So next of our finished product video is the color blue. So we need to make a space with the color blue. So what we will do here is that new line, then color, we will put blue, then new line again. First would be a material cost. We will put the costing just for the future, like if the data or if the schedule, they will put sooner or later a cost loaded, then after you just reload, it will be automatically make the progress here. So not only you have the 4D simulation, the same time you will have the 5D because it is a cost loaded. So now we need to put the costing just for the future preparation. So first is a material cost, space with the blue. So here, then cost, material cost. We will type first material cost, then space, then cost here, material cost. Then another line again in our video, labor cost. Just say labor cost, labor cost. Then space, then cost, then labor cost here. Then another line in our video, equipment cost. After space again, the cost, then equipment cost. Another line below, sorry, equipment cost, moment, cost, equipment cost, then extras, new line. Okay, next would be the total cost. So total cost, space cost, then total cost. Then after that one, we need now this task. It is a progress during this running of its own time. So we need a task. So what we will do is that color was we will just make sample as green. So after that one, new line again, then color, let's say green, then another line for the task. So currently active task. Okay, so after that one, just say okay. Then playback duration we have already here. We have interval by percent. This one is our progress. Then duration of our simulation would be at 120 seconds or 2 minutes. And we have already the data. That's what we need. Then we will run now our model. You see? So where's it? So we have here, this one was my finished product. I will make this run. Actually, this one is the same. So if you run the simulation, we can find the progress in the 3D model. That is how we link. The upper part will be the time, progress per day, progress per week, progress month, material cost. It's still variable because it's not cost loaded our schedule. And this is our present running task of the project. So after we have a simulation, of course, by technicals only, or all the stakeholders have or knows how to use the Navisworks, they can open this one and they can operate. But the thing is that to extend our to extend the ideas to the layman's term, we need to export this one by video, as everyone have or how to read the videos of their computers. So what we will do is that we will export this one. Okay, so after this we will export. So this would be our timeline source, will be the timeliner simulation. Renderer will be the viewport. Autodesk I cannot recommend for the meantime because we need actually a huge time. When you render this one to the Autodesk cloud, it's a good quality, but it's a kind of it takes time. We need time. So for now I will use viewport as a renderer. The format file will be like, instead of JPEG or PNG, I will use the AVI. Then size, this one is a use view. You have to use view, select the use view actually. Then the frame per second, I choose 10 because beyond 10 the output of the video will be distorted. So the maximum of frame per second, as I experimenting previously, the maximum of 10 frames per second would be more nice. So I will just click OK. Then it will be addressed to you which is the location. So for the meantime, I will make the task. So actually I have here, but we will make our new video. Okay, I'll just make a file name new video. So save. Then after that one, it takes only a few seconds actually. Rather than we're gonna render that one into a cloud, it takes I tried that one about 1 hour, about 1 hour and 45 minutes, something like that one, and the quality is not because I used the frame per second, that one, the time about 11, so the quality, it was distorted actually. So about 45% now on progress rendering. So almost there. So 70. After this one will render this video, we can, if we can send this one to our fellow or this other stakeholders of the project, we can send them through like WeTransfer like that, so it is easy for them to identify our simulation. So that is the advantage why we need to export through video and not only in the Navisworks software we will execute the 4D simulation. So almost there, about 90%, about 10 seconds. Alright, almost finished. Okay, 99%. Alright. Okay, finish already our rendering, so we will open our new video now. We will play. So now this one is our new video. You can see here the file format. This one is the one recently we exported. So this would be our output. Then it is easier now to send by WeTransfer the file or share it in the Google Drive. Then everyone can read now what is the progress of the project. So this is how the routine to make the 4D simulation. If you will go to 5D or fifth dimension or 5D, the 5D, we need to make the schedule to be a cost loaded. If that one will be the cost loaded, then it will be automatically detect here whatever that one is cost, we will write here. So that is the advantage. If it is depend, actually the 5D is depend on the schedule that they are given, if cost loaded or not. Okay, so we will just finish this video. Auto link. I think there would be no auto link this one. When you make this 4D simulation, example like a first time, there will be no auto link. We need to manually link the object and the schedule and to be executed in the 4D. Otherwise, if like example, like I'm showing, I will make a post. Otherwise, if you make the updates from here, like we will put additional task. Just example like additional task 1, additional task 2. Then we will make this one is a auto schedule. Just make a sample, then make it 15 days also. Let's say just example, make save. Then what we will do, we will return to our Navisworks, what we created, the task. Then the data source, we will select the data source, then we will synchronize again. After we will load it, we can see here in the bottom, we have already the additional task here. So after this one, we will have an additional task in the schedule. Then we will relink again what would be the new task in the 3D model. So manually, yes, we haven't in Navisworks we haven't that kind of software like they will automatically link the schedule. There's no such thing actually for the schedule and the 3D. When you integrate in the Navisworks, it will automatically run the simulation. No, you have to be manually, because manually linked, because the planning was created by a different software like Primavera or MS Project, and the 3D also was created by the Autodesk a Revit. So when you merge it one into one software like Navisworks, we need to manually link each other. Manually, the both parties, like the 3D, this is the selected item, then this is the task, which is the selected design task. So only that one we like this workflow actually. Okay, any question, guys?
Just to add, yeah, kemarin here,
Oh yeah, okay.
if the each elements of the object naming convention, if it's same as the schedule activity, later you just check and see whether that can be automated. So meaning to say you have an activity on the Gantt chart which call as first group of pile, like just now, right? The foundation, right?
Okay.
Or first floor slab or first floor column. If the object also named in the same manner, would that be auto link
No.
when you do the linking like this? No.
No, actually no. Because
Okay, so you just cross check this because the previous version can do that. So please just check to reconfirm later.
okay, but before actually I hear that one already before, like about 3 years ago or 4 years ago. I tried that one to link before, but actually it's not true that time. If I'm not mistaken, they just anyhow automatically say if you're gonna make a 3D and 4D schedule, we will put in the Navisworks and automatically detect each level. I haven't see also a sample for that one. I tried before, but it doesn't work actually. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Uh-uh.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So
We need to open the floor for questions. How many more minutes left for the session?
I think we can have time. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So guys, if you have a under other question, but in near future, or you need this video like the steps you want to need the record, I can share also to you. You just send me in my email, jerome@bina.com. So then I will send you these steps or the videos or the slides just to make this one the 4D simulation.
Jerome,
Yes.
Azila here.
Okay.
Just to be clear, for you to build up this model, is it based on the program or after you complete the model, the program come later or how? Because there will be some of the cases that some of the items or some of the activities in the program may be too detailed, or your model may be too detailed, it cannot be synchronized.
Yes, correct. Actually, not some. Actually, all. Presently, now practice here in Malaysia, it is not. There is no coordination actually for to make this the task or the schedule and the same time the 3D model, because they have the different path. So presently, practice here in Malaysia, all of the project here is not running that way. Like what they will model the same time as what they make a schedule. So there should be a coordination between the BIM team and the planning team, where how they will execute these tasks of their schedule. The same time also how the team will be modeled the 3D. Like example, in each floor, in the construction as and what we call this one in construction method, like this one square floor, it will be divided into four. So the first square, or 1/4 of the square, this one is the first schedule, second schedule, then third schedule, and then the rest. So the modeler, after the BIM team will adapt that kind of parting or dividing the construction. So what we will do, the BIM team is that they will also make a partly the 3D BIM model, so that when during the linking, the task, the ID of the task, the same time also in the model should be synchronized when we link. Your question is true. There's no practice yet in Malaysia regarding the 4D simulation, because most of it, like the schedulers have a different path, and the same time the beam team have different paths. So when we integrate them into the Navisworks for run the 4D simulation, there is a huge discrepancy, because the schedule they divide by task until I don't know how many levels that one, at the third level or fourth level, that the modelers or the beam team should understand, so that they will know how to build the model. So there should be a coordination both parties actually.
The reason why I'm saying this, because based on my previous projects, it happens that when they're going for to synchronize between physics and the model, some of the activity from the program, they have to just leave it there,
Cannot be found in the 3D model. Correct. Actually, that one is true actually.
progress is not shown to be enough.
Yeah. So there should be a more the coordinators or the beam lead should be coordinate to the scheduler team, so that they will know how to model the 3D. So in the future, they can integrate this. They will integrate these issues seamless. So that should be advantage.
Yes.
That is the main reason we are joining your Venus team.
Yes.
Take your point.
So by future,
Because our modeling team, for us, they just look at objects, an object, one column could be 3 floor story, so we just model it as one
yeah, just model two rows as one. Correct.
construction sequence.
Yes, construction sequence, the right term actually, sir. That one is correct. The construction sequence. So okay, guys, by future projects in the BINA initiatives, if ever the BINA schedulers and the BINA initiatives teams will make a specific project, then we will do this 4D simulation. Like we're gonna coordinate so that the model would be modeled as per the schedule given by the planners. So that should be a huge steps, milestones for BINA to introduce to the BIM market actually, for the 4D and 5D simulations. All right, guys. Any more additional questions and informations? Bruce? Okay, just if you need this kind of slides, guys, just email me. I will give you the samples. The same time, I will give you the slides in WeTransfer, so that you will know what are the what are the flows when you make a linking from the schedules and the 3DB models. All right. So, Bruce, if you need, if you have additional. All right, I think that's all for this afternoon. Thank you so much for everyone for the time you spent. Thank you so much. All right, stay safe, everyone. Have a nice afternoon. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye bye. I will stop sharing now. Bye bye.
Okay.
Thanks, Jerome. Bye.
Okay, bye bye.